Okay, welcome to the stream. Looks like everything's good. Twitch, Kick, YouTube, perfect. This is going to be a little bit of a different stream. It's a game I haven't played on stream before. This one is Destiny 2. Um, if you're not familiar with it as a series, it's this space game set in a post-humanity collapse. So it's a pretty niche design, I'd say, in terms of the world building. Um, because it's set in the future after a collapse. It's almost like our Bronze Age. So, I mean, I'm hoping you know what the Bronze Age is, but it's at this time in human history where we had cities with sewers and working infrastructure, and all of a sudden that society just collapsed and disappeared. We don't really fully understand why, even now. And Destiny is set in a similar sort of premise, but in the future. Um, I'm not sure if there is lore on why humanity collapsed or not. I'm not like very, how do you say, like educated on the lore. Um, but yeah, I think it's pretty unique, the design, and it's honestly something I fell in love with when I was just a kid. When it first came out, I played the beta in 2014. I think the beta was out, maybe 2013. And from that moment on, I just got hooked on that game. And I think it was within the first week or so of the game actually coming out, I started just talking in voice chat. And what was different with this game compared to others is that the community was really friendly and really nice. So if you grew up or if you're kind of aware of what Call of Duty was like back then in 2014, you'll know that the community was pretty toxic. People were kind of calling each other slurs, stuff like that. It wasn't a very like safe space. Um, Destiny, I would say for me, was one of the first games where it was a safe space, especially as a young person at the time when it came out. I think I was 11 or 12 years old. Um, you know, even though growing up as a kid in that sort of time, you had to be pretty resilient, it was nice to have a game like Destiny, which was a safe space where people were really nice and they wanted to help you complete missions and stuff like that. Um, Now, one of the reasons why I want to start playing this game now, Destiny 2, is because recently they've just sunset the game. I won't go too into detail with it, but they are taking the game not offline, but they're no longer continuing development of it. So Destiny's made by a studio called Bungie. They also made Halo. They've got kind of a plethora of space games. And I have to say that they do space unlike anyone else, especially space shooters. Um, Bungie has been through a lot. They were originally owned by Microsoft, sold and I believe bought by Activision, sold and bought by Sony. Activision was acquired by Xbox, Microsoft. There's this whole kind of crap going on. There's been controversy relating to Activision and like sexual assault cases in that company. And so the game has been dragged through hell, um, but it's still standing um, until today. And it's sad to see as someone who grew up with this game and kind of fell in love with it from such a young age because it was a large part of my childhood, especially like my teenage years. Um, yeah, like this game was a large part of my life. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to keep playing this game as I grew up. As I got into my later years of high school and my early years of university, life was just too busy. I had a job, and in university, living in Sydney, the cost of living is terrible. I ended up needing two jobs. So I'm studying full time. I've got two jobs. Um, I had health issues that were taking up a lot of my time as well. And so I really didn't have the time to play this game, especially this game in particular, because it's a bit of a grind, and it always kind of has been, especially Destiny 1 as well. It's notorious for being a game that you have to almost know life. You can't really play other games. You have to just play this game. Now, thankfully, they fixed a lot of those kinds of concerns, and the game now isn't in the state where it used to be, where you don't have to grind so much for it. Um, but they did something else controversial that I personally didn't really like, and that was vaulting content. So the business model for this game is different to other games in the sense that every year or so they would release DLC, and it was effectively just a whole new game attached to the current one. So you keep your character, you keep the world, you keep your progress, but there's a new story being attached and built onto it, very similar to World of Warcraft. Um, but the problem was that they started removing old content. And so if you were a new player or a returning player, you had no clue what the hell was going on, and you couldn't go back and play the old story to catch up. You just had to rely on YouTube videos that were 3 or 4 hours long to see the story you had missed. And it wasn't just story that you were missing out on, you were missing out on items, you were missing out on armor and weapons. And those armor and weapons gave other players a legitimate advantage over you in PvP, which just made the game shit. So as somebody who had university jobs, etc., I couldn't play this game because like it was the only game I was able to play, and I wasn't able to play it enough to even keep up with the story, let alone get all of the like armor and weapons that were actually competitive. And so PvP wasn't fun because I didn't have the meta. PvE, I just didn't have the time to get through all of it. And yeah, I ended up losing hundreds of dollars that I had spent on the game um, when they vaulted content. And so I kind of like fell out of love with it in a sense. I stopped playing it, but I've always had this urge to come back to it, and I've always just been waiting for them to bring back old content. Now, unfortunately, they've never done that. But as the game is now being sunset and just like not continuing active development, we've found out that this entire time, all of these like bad decisions were not caused by Bungie themselves. They were caused by upper management, whether it's Sony or Bungie's upper management. They weren't caused by the developers. In fact, the developers actively fought back against almost all of these negative changes, and they were constantly trying to advocate for what the players actually wanted. And they were always trying to implement that. There's not only like testimonies to back this up now, but there's also evidence as well, because with the recent update to the game, they've released a ton of content that people have been asking for a really, really long time. So it just goes to show that unfortunately, this is like a like corporatism, capitalism sort of victim here, where myself and for a lot of people, their childhood, their third space, their safe space, has just been trashed by business people who have no kind of interest or even right working with a game or a game studio. They're just looking at it purely, how can we make as much money as possible from this? And they weren't able to make that much money from it because they started making the game shit. And guess what? No one wants to pay money for a shit game. I could go on and on about the problems with this game, but I would say that the development team, with their most recent update, their farewell update, have done an incredible job of making this game, at least from what I can see, something that I want to go back to and play. Especially in these coming weeks, it's really important that people are playing because it shows the developers and Sony, more importantly, that there is still an interest in this game and that there's money to be made here if you just make the right decisions and give the players what they want. Um, and so, yeah, I'm hopping on that trend. I'm going to be playing this game over the coming weeks, going down memory lane, and yeah, kind of just getting back into the gist of things. Not only do I think it's really important to be playing this game now, given the recent kind of controversy, the game is getting sunsetted, but we can fight back, we can play the game and show Sony that there's still an interest, and hopefully then get back old content and more, get more out of this game. Um, that's not the only reason why I think I'm going to come back to this. I think a couple years ago, just after I had turned 21, I realized there's an importance to taking trips down memory lanes. Now, I had a pretty rough kind of later teenage years, and they traumatized me to the point where I really didn't want to go back in time and take these trips down memory lane because it would remind me of things in my life that weren't so great. Um, but like I said, a couple years ago, I realized that if I look back on my life at the positive things like games like this, outside of Destiny, I'm also a really big fan of Pokemon, that series. I loved that as a kid. I got bullied for playing it, and I didn't want to go back to it because it made me feel like crap. But going back to it, I actually felt empowered going back to it. Um, yeah, playing games like Pokemon, playing games like Destiny, stuff like that. It allows you to reconnect with previous versions of yourself and kind of I don't even know really how to say it. It makes you feel younger. It makes you connect, like I said, to your younger self and see the progress that you've made as a person outside in other areas and disciplines of life. Like the last time I played Destiny, the last time I played Pokemon and stuff, I was a completely different person. And so coming back to this game that's been here, this series more specifically, not Destiny 2, but Destiny as a whole, since 2014, seeing how I've grown throughout all the years, to me, just connecting back with this game, it's a medium in which I can revisit myself. And so yeah, I think there's a few reasons why I want to play this game. Um, yeah, also as well for anybody watching these videos at a later date, you'll know that I typically use Linux. Destiny doesn't support that, so I've had to dual boot with Windows. We might run into some problems with that, but hopefully it'll be fine. Um, yeah, I think that's kind of enough said. I want to kind of just hop into it. So I'll just cue the game audio. Should be coming through now. If not, I'll get back to sorting that out. Yeah, it looks like it is. Great. Now, unfortunately, oh, there we go. I'm using a USB switch to switch my mouse and keyboard between the streaming computer, my MacBook, and my gaming computer. And Windows, for some reason, doesn't really like that. Um, and sometimes I have to like disconnect, reconnect, disconnect, reconnect, just for the fucking mouse to show up. So if I'm ever having to do something on the streaming computer, like fix audio or fix a stream if we lose connection or whatever, it might be a bit buggy. Um, but yeah, whatever. Now, I did log in earlier today. I didn't want to take you guys through my kind of initial, you know, because whenever you log into a game and you haven't been there for a while, there's a ton of shit thrown in your face. It's like guides and welcome back and all these items. And I should, I think I was here for like 3 hours just going through all the welcome back shit. And I didn't want to really bother you guys with that. Um, yeah, like going through my stuff, I'm noticing a few things. Everything has been set to level 10. Other than something I just grabbed. I hopped in the Cosmodrome, it's like the Earth, and killed some guys, and I picked this up. Everything else is level 10. Everything I had from before returning is level 10. Now, I did look through all of my stuff to see if I had any really cool, like, veteran OG pieces of gear, and it seems like I do. I've got this here, which is from playing Destiny 1 during year 1 and getting, like, an achievement. Um, so I'm equipping that because that's pretty OG. That's from 2014. You had to play and do something in 2014 to get this. 2026 now, so that's pretty OG. You've also got this from the Destiny 2 beta. That's pretty OG. You got this from year 2 of Destiny 1. That's pretty OG. You got this if you had gotten enough achievements in Destiny 1, you get this. So that's also pretty OG. I also have the collector's edition of this game, so I've got like custom emotes and stuff. You can't get this like sword either anymore. This is limited time, like exclusive to the collector's edition. So it's cool. I've got like a little nod to say that I've been here for a while. So I was kind of just going through a lot of that stuff, seeing, okay, what rare stuff do I have so I don't look like a bot, even though I am a bot. Um, yeah, I don't really know what to do. That's why this is episode 0, because I have no clue what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just going to hop into the tower and, yeah, go from there. I honestly have no clue what to do. It's been years since I played this. I think the last time I played this game was Shadowkeep. I think Shadowkeep. I didn't play Lightfall, I didn't play The Final Shape, and I didn't play Revenants, I think it's called. The latest 3 DLC. I didn't play any of those. So, yeah, pretty pretty fresh. And like a returning light, or whatever people like to say in the community. It's been a while. That's one way of saying it. Now, upon returning in here, I noticed a few things immediately. There are aliens being dreg over here. I'm forgetting the name of their species. And also Cabal. And I was not... I don't think I was playing to see what happened there. Because the last I saw, I think during Forsaken, we were getting along with some of these aliens. That's Forsaken's another DLC. but I don't think they were in the tower. And I especially didn't see the Cabal in the tower. It's really cool. I was wanting this in Destiny 1, like, to get relationships going with these other races, but we seem to have finally gotten that, which is honestly really cool. I also noticed here I got a ton of special deliveries. I did grab the collector's edition of this game, which includes all of the DLC while it was on sale, and for some reason it gave me all of the pre-order like exclusives. Like if you pre-order the DLC, you get these exclusive items, and for some reason it gave me all of that. I'm not too sure why. I'm assuming everybody would. And there's also a ton of Prime Gaming rewards from when I wasn't playing, and also some additional rewards. So yeah, I'm probably just going to leave this stuff here because I don't want to fill all my inventory with this scrap. I was also told that Anna has something for me. I'm assuming they're this way. I haven't played this game in so long. The Dreg are all throughout the city, hey. Ikora.
Your light has not gone out.
Drag stuck into the guarded area behind my backs. I'm asking you to take a file tip. So enter the Sundred Doctrine dungeon and uncover the mysterious Rilk's shit. Looks like we're getting missions already. Okay. This game is text heavy. I'm honest, I forgot this. All I do know though is that when things are important, they... Oh, okay. New light kits. Choose a new light kit for your guardian. New light kit. Each bundle contains campaign-ready gear, subclass abilities, and exotic armor quest. Void Walker is recommended. Okay. That's interesting. See, I loved Dawnblade, honestly. So I might go Dawnblade. So I need to clear up my inventory, apparently. Let me have a look. Something doesn't have an active slot here. It's a new... I think this was a pre-order reward I was given for some reason. I don't suppose any of this is worth keeping anymore, given that it's only level 10. And I can probably power it up. But it's going to use materials to do that, which may or may not be smart. I'm just going to dismantle some things. Don't think I need that. The idea, I think, they said to start afresh, so let's just do that. I think I may have just dismantled something good. That's fine. Okay. Interesting. Just gonna get rid of all this stuff. I did notice as well, my favorite gun from Destiny 1 is in the game now. Where are you? Necrochasm, my baby. So I'm gonna be trying to get this. I love the Hive aesthetic. Like, they are the shit. I want everything Hive. If I can't get everything Hive, you know, that's gonna be my goal, basically. It's just getting everything Hive related. Okay, let's take this. Nice. Okay, so yeah, they've just given me a bunch of, like, level stuff. I think it's supposed to be here. There we go. Okay, so it's just showing me I've got all these fragments and things. Okay. This is new. Yeah, this is very new. This is not how subclasses used to be, so this is going to be a massive learning curve. Healing Rift, Empowering Rift, or Phoenix Dive.
She would do anything for the Vanguard.
Cures nearby allies. Curing them from what? Healed in a burst of light. Well, that just sounds like the best one. That sounds, you know what I mean? Strong initial boost. So this one's more maneuverable, this one, no, this one's more maneuverable, this one's probably higher and faster, and this one's going to be a bit balanced. Let's go balanced for now. This is the melee. You have Incineration, Snap, or Celestial Fire. So that's going to be kind of like a fan effect, and that's going to be more of a focused effect. We'll stick with the fan effect, and then for our grenades, we've got... That sounds cool. Trip Mine, Fusion Grenade, Firebolt Grenade, Healing Grenade. That's interesting. Swarm Grenade, Incendiary, Thermite. I might stick with this one for now because I remember it being generally good. And then Fragments. This game is way too technical. Way too technical. Way more technical than it used to be. Let me switch us into the game view now that we're, you know, actually in... There we go. And I'll just make some stream checks to make sure everything's, yeah, all good. Perfect. Let's get back to business, if Windows will detect my mouse. Any second now. We'll try it again. You can tell I love Windows. This is why I daily drive Windows, guys. It's really performant. It's really good. It really works all the time. Okay. There we go. Worked that time. Anyway, back to business. That's cool. This is way too much shit. Holy fuck. This game is way too complicated now. They really made this shit, like, overly complicated. And why do I have, like, a million slots? I can choose multiple of these. There's gonna be a good way to spec this. Let's go with when I wrote... Well, I'm gonna be playing solo, so maybe not. Maybe I'll go with that. I'll go with that. Like healing, it's like a, you know, helpful. That might be useful, especially with these grenades that have, they last for a while, these ones. A continuous flare. Let's maybe go with that one. As long as we're doing burn damage, our abilities recharge faster. Again, I'm not going to be playing with other people too much. I feel like that's useful if I'm using solar weapons, but I'm not going to be, while I'm gaining light and gaining power, I'm not going to be able to just stick to solar. I mean, that's kind of like pretty cool. Maybe we'll attach that. Makes the super even more powerful. Ignitions, Thread Scorch. That's useful. That will overpower some of our other things, like we're spreading the burn. That might be useful. Probably that one. I feel like that's the most, like, balanced. That could be really useful, though. More stacks on each enemy. We'll go with this one. We'll get rid of this one and we'll go like that. There we go. I feel like that's going to be pretty balanced. And that's what we'll go with to begin with. And we'll put back on this. Okay. Oh, they gave me Sunshot. That's nice. Okay.
You gonna hang out with your clan today? Careful
What
out
is
there.
this?
What do you need?
Ah, quests. Okay.
Bye.
Anyways, what am I thinking about? I gotta think about something to talk about other than just what I'm doing in the game. Guess I could talk a little bit, seeing as this isn't really like a proper episode of the game. This is kind of just like a test stream for this game, trying out Windows. Um, yeah, like I'm dual booting Windows, so that's one thing. I'm trying out Windows. I'm trying a different genre of game as well, although that's not really a big deal. And yeah, I'm setting up the game. This is something where, because it's like I'm going down a trip down memory lane, I don't really want to create a new character. Maybe I will, actually. Maybe I will. But at least this episode I'm not. That might be something I do in a future episode. I'm just kind of learning the ropes again for this game. So for that,
Yes.
we will, this is just going to be a bit of a test episode. So yeah, I'll just kind of talk about some other things in relation to streaming and kind of just my life that might as well just dump, you know? Apparently I'm supposed to be getting like some free shit, basically free shit. Um, apparently.
Au revoir.
Yeah, whatever that means. Um, yeah, so one thing that I'm thinking of doing is, at the moment, for video encoding, I'm using basically the reason why my streaming computer is a MacBook is, for one, it's all I really have, but for second, Apple make really good video processors and they build them into their chips. And yeah, they're really efficient and really like low power. They work really well, and I can stream at high resolutions at high bit rates to like I can process multiple different streams at once. So I could be streaming to um like in horizontal and vertical, and I could be streaming at two different horizontal resolutions. Like I could be processing a 4K stream and a 1080p stream, so the 1080p can be for Twitch, whereas the 4K can be for YouTube. And I can also simultaneously stream in vertical to like TikTok and Instagram, and the Apple's chip can handle all of that at once. Now, that's like unique to Apple. Their processing trips are really, really good. Um, but yeah, I am running into some problems with it. If they aren't, oh, should we? I might try and get some sparrows. Um, that's pretty cool. Neither of the ones I want. I'm looking for the hive ones, so something like this is what I'm looking for. Yeah, one of the problems I'm running into, if you notice in my webcam up here, um, sometimes the quality drops, and that's because if I'm not moving a lot, then it intelligently drops the quality of an area that's static, um, so it can allocate those resources elsewhere. But obviously, I'm not jumping around. It's the game that's moving mostly. And so my webcam quality gets severely degraded, even though it's running at 1080p 60, and it can do 4K. I mean, I've got it set to 1080. You'll probably visually look at it and think it's closer to 420 or 720, 480 or 720, because of that intelligent processing, and it's reducing the bitrate for this little box up here. The bitrate is being reduced, so it can spare more bitrate for the game, which is down here, you know? I'm going to take this, actually. I'm going to put it on the gun. Yeah. Oh, appearance is down here now. Yeah, so we'll go to orbit, however we do that. Yeah, so there's like kind of two solutions. I can either keep using Apple's built-in video processor and just add more things onto it. So if I start streaming vertically as well, and I also encode that on that same processor, then in theory, because it's under more of a load, it works better. It's kind of a weird thing where it's kind of like heating your car. You don't really want to cold start a car. You want to let the car run for a little bit before you start driving. And it's kind of similar in principle. It's not the best analogy. It won't work well at low kind of utilization. You need high utilization for it to work well. And so if I'm processing a 4K 1080p and a vertical video all on one chip, it will work better than if I'm just doing what I'm currently doing, which is just one video. The solution is to, like I said, add more or to switch to software encoding, which uses the actual CPU. But the problem with that is that I could run into buffering, bitrate, and other issues if the CPU can't handle it. The M1 chip, I think I'm using like an M1 Pro chip that I've got in my computer is really good, but it's just not a risk that I've ran yet. So maybe I'll do that in a future stream. We'll see how that goes. How the fuck do I get to orbit destinations? That would be it. I don't know where to go. Maybe we just check out quests, expansion, renegades. Can I do the old um, missions? Maybe we'll just do renegades. We'll start off with renegades and go from there. Here. Sure. Let's do the story, shall we? But yeah, that's something that I'm kind of like battling with at the moment is getting my video processor, like the bitrate of my webcam, to not drop.
Hey, hero. You, feel any different after Kepler?
No, I don't. I
As I do.
didn't
And now
see what happened on
there's a
Kepler.
vision I can't shake. They did a number on you too, I reckon. What is it they call you? The weapon. You and me. We saved the system. Saved everybody. And 3 of the 9 left us with a prophecy. Bind the 9, or everything dies. The Vanguard classified the prophecy. Kepler never happened. That don't sit with me. Cause the 9 are everywhere. Every when. And now, there's rumors of new threats. Ones we didn't see coming. That doesn't just happen. It's the 9. And I'm putting together a crew to prove it. What do you say, weapon?
Interesting. I'd like to play the Lightfall campaign. That's the last one that I didn't play. So I might check a
Bind the
look to see if I can.
Ikora and I have been heads down for the last 2 months, and we're no closer to knowing what the prophecy means. But the death of 3 has changed Earth, even if it's not obvious to the naked eye. Infrastructure damaged by matter transmutation. Nitrogen replacing oxygen in localized areas. The Vanguard is understandably fixated on controlling the chaos, but citizens can tell something's off. It's dangerous, institutional navel-gazing. You forget to look up. So I've been feeding intel to a good friend. He sees what I'm seeing.
Specs ticked me off there's something new on the horizon. I knew without a doubt the 9 were involved. So I rounded up crew to prove it. Eris, the god of vengeance herself. Ido, resident bookworm. And Astray. Seems the Vanguard assigned a warlock of the Praxic Order to be my hall monitor. On Norma Hall. Our crew kicked in the door on these Cabal upstarts and just scored an encrypted disk. Now, my ghost has the info and it's time to throw it in the Vanguard's face.
I'm going to see if there's a way we can play the Lightfall DLC. Like I said, that's the last one I missed. I did play Shadowkeep, so in theory, I have all the... I mean, I played all the story, aside from the seasonal story, which isn't all the story, but it's the main story. It does... This is so Star Wars, isn't it? They did a collaboration with Star Wars, if you can't tell.
Drifter, there better be intel on that disc. Don't make me regret abandoning my post to help you.
Not now, Arnor.
Guardian, we need an engine boost. That's the red line into the square socket. Thank you. She's listening. Pull up.
No backseat pilot.
Whatever's in that data disk, they're willing to kill for. We have to get it home and decrypted, quick. Just keep this rust bucket flying.
Watch it, Arnor. Our ship's been flying safe longer than our hero in the engine room has been alive. Tell her ain't no rust on this bucket.
Bickering won't save us.
What the fuck is going on?
Oh, look. Thanks for nothing. That's it. Everybody out. That means you too, hero.
The Imperium troops are boarding. We can't let them take back the disc.
Hide yourselves. We're not done fighting yet, Ido.
Now who's using that name? Get moving, will ya?
And this is Darth Vader, I'm guessing. This is Darth Vader then. You fucking serious? They genuinely did just rip Star Wars, didn't they? I mean, I know it's a collaboration, but like, what the fuck?
Dredge and hope.
I'm not really sure who wanted this. Maybe some people wanted it. Okay, we'll go with this one. Not gonna lie though, I'm starting to think we should have a look, like I said, to do the Lightfall quest. These are the featured quests. Past. From past expansions. Okay, what's it called? The Lightfall one. First contact. I feel like I'm not going to have the quest. First contact. Yeah, that one. Okay. I'll just double check as well that I've done... So I want to go back into quests and I want to look for Legacy. The final shape. I Yeah, it looks like I did Shadowkeep fully. There we are. Okay, perfect. Activity power disabled. Okay, well, we'll just head into Lightfall then, and we'll start that. We'll see how we go.
The malefactor of our first collapse is at our doorstep. Once thought to be a force known as the Darkness, the Witness revealed itself to be an entity that instead wields the darkness against us. It spoke through our ghosts and offered us salvation if we submitted to it. We refused. Though we do not know its true intentions, we can only assume it seeks to finish what it started during our collapse. Our resolve was tested when Savathun, Hive goddess of trickery, disguised herself as one of our foremost guardians, Osiris. She gained access to our secrets, but in turn, Osiris gained access to hers. Savathun had rebelled against the Witness and hid what might be our only chance of defeating it away on the planet Neptune. Now, former Cabal Emperor Callus and his loyalist warships have joined the Witness's advance on Earth. But we found an unexpected ally in Callus's daughter, Empress Keitel, and Mithrax, the Elixni leader of the House of Light. Together, we have united against our common enemy.
Okay.
In an unprecedented move, the Traveler left Earth to confront the Witness head-on.
Seriously?
This conflict was set in motion long before we existed, but we will bring it to an end, one way or another.
Hmm. Okay, so we teamed up with the big Cabal's. I forgot his name. The bad guy Cabal from the Red Wall. We teamed up with his sister. I mean, they just told us, and the dregs from the House of Light.
Vanguard to all units. Keep the enemy away from the Traveler, at all cost.
So we're engaged with the Cabal here. We're fighting against the Cabal, or at least the bad Cabal anyway. Oh shit. Fucking hell. Traveler's actually fighting back for once. Only see him do that one time before. What the fuck? How is this guy just tanking it?
What is that? The Witness.
Whatever that thing is, we gotta take it down.
What the fuck? What? Oh shit. Why is this guy so OP? How are we supposed to kill this guy? Give me a sec.
They found the veil.
We're in no position to engage the enemy.
We don't have a choice. We're out of time.
Osiris. Don't die.
Yeah, well, I mean, I want some exotics, right? We can always go to easy if we struggle, so let's do that. That's sick. So obviously I'd missed the seasonal story. Every season, like, battle pass. Similar to, like, Fortnite, where they've got this battle pass. A couple months where they do, like, limited time story content. That's gone, I can't play that, but they have tried to fill us in general. I can see people, I've seen complaints that it's not enough, but,
Help Osiris
you know.
finish the veil before Callus does. And please stay close to him. He doesn't have any life to spare.
See, Zavala or Osiris? Why am I on the ship? What is going on? I'm breaking in. Okay. Sorry, I missed. Okay, we're in. The mods have been significantly updated.
I'm checking
We'll
our
be fine.
location. We've hitched a ride to the outer giants, Neptune orbit. Osiris
Okay.
was right. The witness sent Callus after something hidden here.
Guardian. I did not anticipate a fellow stowaway. Callus is after an artifact on Neptune, the Veil. I'm working on a plan to stop him. For now, find your way through that ship.
Oh. The fuck? What are they dealing with? They have bigger problems, it seems. Okay. Let's try and remember my keys. So that's melee. That's a grenade. Okay.
That pyramid resonance is shielding the clock. Another weapon from the witness.
Okay. Shooting the explosive barrels at the minute. Fuck. That's arc, isn't it? So I need to get in there with my sword. Or not. You know, that's a Probably a shit fucking way to play, isn't it? Alright, we got this, we got this. Oh, he's not facing us. There we go. Yep, sword did it. There we are. Just fucking shotgun to the face. So, that works. That door. Obviously, if I met some other prerequisite, I'd be able to go through there, but... oh well. I think... didn't we kill Callus?
Stay vigilant. With the witnesses backing, they could throw anything at us.
Am I stuck? Oh no.
The Shadow Legion is one step ahead of us. Any damage we can inflict on the Cabal fleet will buy us time.
We should regroup as soon as possible. Maybe we can disable the ship's computer core.
I've located the terminal here and sent you their ship layout.
Locating now. Got it. We're not far from the core.
Requires keycards. Where am I supposed to get these keycards? Either aim assist is good, or this gun is really easy to aim. Okay. Getting back onto what I was talking about before, is the game a bit too loud? I'm actually not sure. Could be a bit loud. Might just adjust that slightly. We'll adjust it on the computer here. We'll just drop the audio slightly. Yeah, is that might be a bit better. Let's see if that's any lower. Yeah, that's better. That sounds better. Okay, perfect. Going on to what I was talking about before. One of the reasons I've got the light on in all of the recent streams is because not for some reason, that's where I get them. Okay. Yeah, having the lights on, the lighter a scene is, the less it's affected by compression, the, like, encoder on the chip. So, yeah, the higher the bitrate my processor's allocating to that video, basically. So that's why I've always got the lights on. Okay. So now we can go down and open up the War Beast. I love this gun. Now, I don't remember how to use my super. That's something that I have forgotten. Yeesh. Might just sword this guy. There we go. Same as before. Problem solved. I'm gonna just quickly check my keybinds for this. Super. Super. Q. Okay. I mean, I figured that would probably be it.
I can't help but feel like we should have stayed behind to protect the Traveler and our people. Was it the right choice to follow Osiris?
If the witness establishes a link with the veil, it'll be over for the entire system. All of our losses would have been for naught. They've never faced a threat of this magnitude. And if you stay, you wouldn't have stood a chance against the witness. None of us would. This is our only hope to survive the witness.
That's true. I feel like we should trust Osiris based on the information we were given in the cutscene that he knows Sabathan's secrets. Should trust him on that. Oh, fuck. Oh shit, did you cancel my super? Oh, it cancelled my super. Okay. Yeah, suppressed. Okay. Oh, okay, am I supposed to lose? Yeah, okay, I am.
The fruits of an unholy alliance between the witness and Callus. I fear they'll have more surprises in store.
Okay. Place rally barrier. Anna. Remember this, it like restocks all your stuff. Yeah, it gives you your super and everything. Okay. Right. Means this is not going to be easy. Take down that phalanx if I can. I'm not going to pop my super immediately. Just take cover so the rockets can't do much to me. I need to destroy these. He's going to be a problem for later. Okay. They didn't push me, shockingly. Would have been trouble if they did. Okay. Alright, not bad.
This keycard lets
Okay.
us access the computer core. Let's head there now.
Don't have a void weapon. But when in doubt, a shotgun to the face will usually solve the problem. Unless he also has one. Okay. Drop this guy. Okay. Is that everyone? I think so. It's gonna be a... There's a door here somewhere. Oh yeah, here. Is it like left or right? It is. Okay, let's just go right. Should just be the same though, shouldn't it? Yeah. Alright. Not too shabby. Okay.
I'm relaying my position to you. Make your way to this ship.
Okay.
We need some way to get to the surface.
I believe I have a method to accomplish that.
Oh, free shit.
Bit of hesitation.
No. My impromptu stratagems have a high rate of success. Just get here quickly.
Yes, sir. What the fuck? Am I supposed to... How am I falling? Like, what gravity is there?
Look, down there.
We're in space. What do you mean down?
He's heading right for the surface.
Oh, okay. We're in all like orbit enough that there's gravity. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Alright, we might be dead here. Okay. Gonna try my I like how the sound is muffled. I like that. They've done a really good job on that. Like, I guess it's like reflecting the thin atmosphere. I'm just gonna go over there and kick his fucking ass. This guy won't die. God damn. Okay. Ooh, okay. I'm popping it. Is that everyone? Okay, maybe not the best use of it, but that's fine.
He's used to getting things done his own way. Seems like he hasn't changed, even after. Now he only has us to watch his back.
I'm gonna have to go back through and see how the audio is on this, if the audio is too quiet or too loud, or some combination of the two. I might take up dialogue. I feel like they should be about the same. If anything, dialogue should be a bit louder. I like the music. Chat volume. Yeah, they intentionally have chat volume quite low. Maybe we go like that.
Okay, here's the plan.
That's better.
Destroy the engine.
Of this ship, the one we're on.
Crazy or not, we need to stop this invasion. I'll do whatever it takes to stop the witness. So if you aren't going to help me, then leave me alone.
Alright, bro. Fuck's he on about? Nice. We got that one. Like, do they expect me to go all the way back to the beginning now? Is that like the... Like if I wanted to open that door at the beginning? This gun is really good. Okay. Or does it only give me one use? Can I only open like one door with it? Okay. It's cool. I'll take it. Free shit.
Let's take out the engine.
Just gonna push straight in, so they don't have the opportunity to kind of push me. Just kind of dig myself in a bit of a hole. Just take Bit of cover. I can break that shield and kill him. This splash should do some damage. Forgot about this. We got it. Nice. Now they're here. Whereas if I hadn't pushed in here, I would have been fighting like the guys from this room and that room all at once, and I'd rather not do that. Probably should have pushed in. Probably a good opportunity to pop my super, so I'll go ahead and do that. Oh shit. Probably a good thing I did, holy fuck. They were pushing hard. Just hit him a few times. Yeah, nice. That worked out really well. Okay. Not too shabby. Okay. I heard the missiles and I was like, wait. I was like, what the fuck's that from my right side? Sick. Alright, sword. Is there like a heavy? There are more abilities to this. Okay.
Okay, we've blown up the engines. Ship's losing altitude.
Sick.
Rendezvous at the escape pods. Post haste.
I don't know where that is. Like this way? That's obviously not going to be the way. It's going to be this way. Yeah, okay. Out of the engine room. Nope, not out of the engine room. Oh, yes, out of the engine room. Nice.
Just between us, I'm not a big fan of Osiris's escape pod plan. Even for him, this is pretty touch and go.
So we do go this way. I guess it's just run, right? That's the
Where are you?
principle, is just run.
We're being sealed off. Have to find another way.
Bloody hell, we are taking roundabout ways, aren't we? What the hell? Not a good spot to be, but... okay. Alright, we gotta get down. Probably shouldn't stand next to that. Oh, there's a barrel there. I was like looking for one. I was like, why aren't there any barrels on their side? I'm gonna push up there. Maybe not. Not if he's moving. Maybe I rush in. If I just rush up in there. Okay, I'll just rush him. Nice, an exotic. How many of those? 3, okay. Rally banner. Fucking hell. We are in a bit of a bind, aren't we? Oh, cool. Ah. If he's solo, we'll drop him now. Could pop my super and just lob at him, but he's not that hard, so I don't want to like waste all my super on him if there's more coming. Cool. I love this gun so much. The explosions on it are just broken. More coming. Okay, this guy. This guy. This guy. Okay. War Beast keycard. Okay, so here. Probably push through. Oh. Oh fuck, not this guy again. Just gonna try and keep him there. Just hide behind the pillar. Damn, that tracks. That's fucking broken. I don't regen? Not quickly, okay. Just gonna stay up here. I think this is my leverage point. Can I shoot them? No, I just get hit. Where'd he go? Oh, he's up top. Why can't I hit him? I only hit his shoulders. It's a bit, kind of a lot of guys, hey? I definitely wasted my super. Like I was hoping to avoid. Even he can heal off those, that's just not fair. Am I supposed to finish him? He doesn't die. I feel like I'm supposed to finish him. Fucking hell. Wasted it. I'm gonna try it. I can't jump when I'm suppressed. Okay, that's kind of crap. I should probably change my equipment to the stuff that I've been getting. Yeah. I don't know if it's worth like trying to get in a sword fight with him. Probably not. Yeah, probably not the best idea to be doing this. Alright, I'll get out of there. Just keep doing what we were doing. I may have fucked it. We'll just keep going in circles. I feel like this is really dragging on. Not what I wanted. Just keep him in the grenade as long as I can. Can get rid of the grenade effect? Or did it just wear out? What a process. What a process. He's not taking damage there. Is he just weak to, like, not... Is he resistant to solar? Or is he just resistant to energy in general? No, he's just resistant to everything. Pretty much out of armor. It's good fun. That was a bit risky. Not too bad. I might make some modifications to our gear. So this old campaign's not going to help me level up then, doesn't seem. So we're kind of going back through everywhere we've been and opening up pretty much everything, it seems, anyway.
Hurry up.
Are those things safe?
Can't be that.
Huh. Alright. Where do I go? Can't be that dangerous. That's for sure. Totally agree.
Here goes nothing.
Okay, now we're actually down.
This is Neptune? There's a whole city here. An entire civilization. I've got a ping on Osiris's coordinates. Let's find him.
You on the road. Identify yourself. Are you with the invaders?
We're Guardians from the last city.
Light bearers.
We're fighting the same enemy. We're here to find something called the Veil.
Nimbus and I are a little pinned down right now, but we'll be there soon. Stay frosty, Tyrion.
So that's the new subclass that I just don't have, so I can't break that easily. Oh man, I am really getting touched, hey. I need to heal. Oh my gosh. What the fuck? Am I supposed to just die? I'm supposed to just die. I'm getting completely overwhelmed. Okay. I am very weak. Okay. And I guess I am playing on Legendary. That's gonna be why it's not easy. Once I drop those shields, I can't let them regenerate. Playing like a bot. I'm gonna get really damaged here in a sec. I need to get down. I'm stuck. Go figure. So I am just supposed to get through these guys. Just tank through them. Okay. We're getting there. This is not a smart idea at all. But if I have infinite lives, I might as well just, you know, bomb through them however I can. I mean, I just have to make it this way. Surely I just run through. Yeah, okay. Can't summon a vehicle yet.
Where are these ugly things coming from? There's no end to them.
We always thought we were the last ones left. Wait until the Vanguard hears about this. No time for that now. If we don't stop the Shadow Legion, there won't be any city left.
Guardian, I'm up here. I think the Cabal know I'm here. Hello? What's going on out there?
These guys are getting really tricky to take down.
Osiris, I'm detecting an anomaly on my sensors. We'll check it out while the coast is clear.
Understood. Patiently note that it is quite confined in here.
This energy source, this is incredible. You can wield it.
Target grapple in the target's direction. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I can shoot it as well. Very interesting. We'll see how it goes. Okay. That's kind of cool. Can I get like a pop-up thing? Pick up this tangle. What do I do with it? I just throw it? This is really cool. So is this like a light subclass or a darkness subclass? Because at first glance, when I first saw it coming out, I was like, oh, it's green. It's obviously like a hive-themed darkness subclass, which is what we've been wanting for a while. Instead of the ice shit they gave us. But this looks like it's a light theme.
I could use a hand over here.
That's cool. Yeah, me too, bro. Me too. You and me both. There we go. Oh shit.
Your body can't handle this much power. Your vital signs are in the red.
Okay. Well, that's problematic. Come on, Osiris. You got this, bro. Oh shit. Mhm.
You work fast.
We don't like to waste time.
Well, good. There isn't a moment to lose.
We regroup at the watchtower.
You don't understand. We've got to get to the Veil.
I understand what's at stake, Lightbearer. Far better than you. Not all of us have lives to spare.
Like if Osiris really saw into Savathun's mind and knows how bad what's about to happen is. I feel like he wouldn't be that easily convinced to just abandon his mission, when a second ago he was telling us to go fuck ourselves if we weren't going to help him.
At last, my semblance matches my inner beauty.
Fucking serious? This guy's back?
And what beauty! calls for a toast, does it not?
Shit.
My witness. Progress. The veil is before us. It's still outside your grasp. My forces are locating it as we speak. The Neptunians won't pose much of a threat with their tawdry technology.
The final shape awaits. The veil is but the next step. You have all you wanted, Emperor.
I am glorious. Thanks to you, my witness. Find the veil so I can move on from this drudgery.
I think I'm confusing Callus and the guy from the Red War campaign, the Traveler blew to smithereens. I think that might be the first mission complete. So yeah.
Can you do that cool glowing magic hand thing again?
Cool.
So, you're the light bearer. Huh. Look, I'm not gonna claim my mind's eye as anything special. But you hear Earth's immortal warlords growing up and you think like round shields and bushy eyebrows. And here you come zipping around smacking bad guys with green stringy stuff. I mean, that was... I've never seen anything like it. Anyways, enough about you. I'm Nimbus. I'm the rookie Cloud Strider here in Neomuna. The Cloud Striders have kept this city safe for generations. Sans Guardians. But seems like we got lots of similar goals. Or at least, similar enemies. Rohan asked me to be your guiding light for the time being. I'd do pretty much anything to keep the Vale and the people of Neomuna safe. But when I took my oath, I didn't think I'd be babysitting. Well, then again, mind's eye, not great. Now, you know the Vale's in danger. I know where those big guys are headed. So let's go do some hero stuff.
Cool.
You got it.
Now, I had a problem last stream, Dark Souls, and I was having skipped frames and kind of like stuttering. Before we go any further, and another reason why this was just episode 0, I want to see if I'm still having that problem and diagnose why that might be. Something else which some people may have noticed is I've got a ground loop issue with my audio, where my audio is a little bit staticky, my voice. That's because I've got two different power boards. One's got my gaming PC and monitors plugged into, and the other one has my MacBook and MacBook dock plugged into. They're both connected through a mixer though. And so, like, I've got audio from my mic going into the mixer, and then the mixer goes into the MacBook and it goes into the gaming PC. And because the gaming PC and the MacBook are plugged into different outlets, there's a chance they're grounded differently in different currents and all that kind of crap. And so you get static, and that's what you're hearing over my voice, possibly. It's not always there, interestingly enough. And so I'm trying to kind of work that out. I've looked at isolators. You can get them for the 3.5mm headphone jack. You can also get them for the what else? You can also get them for the trying to think for the USB. And I'm looking at doing that as well. That should fix my problem. I'm also going to look into if there's anything else that I can do. I'm going to probably start plugging them into the same outlet and moving house at some point within the next couple of years. So then that won't be too much of a problem. But yeah, I'm going to check out the audio. I'm also going to check out if we're having static, like buffering issues, skipped frames. And then based on that, I'll be able to keep streaming more Destiny and more Dark Souls and everything. So yeah, just a bit of a test stream today to see how everything's going. Windows, dual booting Windows, audio, the bitrate of my camera, the audio static problem. And so yeah, we'll kind of just go from there. But for now, we'll just kind of leave this off, having done the first mission. And yeah. So yeah, we should be fine to exit to desktop. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so that pretty much summarizes it. I'm going to sort out the webcam bitrate whether I just start streaming vertically as well, or whether or not I start streaming at 4K to YouTube and different resolutions for Twitch and stuff. Or if I move the main stream onto the CPU instead of using the separate video encoder. Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, a few things that I'm going to work on and try and improve before our next stream. But yeah, I needed this one to kind of diagnose some of these issues. I'm going to see if there's still skip frames, see how bad the static is, if there's any, and then kind of just go from there. So yeah, thank you for watching this video, and yeah, that's pretty much all for today.